Today I'm exploring Sequoia and Kings Canyon National Parks, and I can't wait to take you with me. Let's go! Welcome to Tunnel Rock! This granite boulder on the west side of General's Highway covers a tunnel dug by the Civilian Conservation Corps in 1938 for traffic's drive-through. And until 1997, this narrow pass was the only way through the road. Hanging Rock Trail is a short, half-mile round-trip hike. This is one of the easiest and most beautiful trail overlooks in all of Sequoia National Park. At the top of this hike, you'll have some fabulous views of General's Highway below, and this is one of the few areas in the park where you'll be towering over the giant sequoias below. You'll be treated to some massive sequoias right off the parking area on your way to the trail. Make sure to stop along the dirt path before you reach the granite of Hanging Rock, and you'll get some stunning views of Moro Rock in the distance. You can see this giant granite formation driving up General's Highway from the south, but Moro Rock is a must-stop inside the park. The trail out to Moro Rock is just over half a mile out and back, but don't be deceived, there are over 300 steps at the very top. In between Hanging Rock and Moro Rock, make the short hike to Roosevelt Tree. It's less than 1/10 of a mile. The stone-carved steps and ramps here were constructed in 1931 by the Civilian Conservation Corps, thanks to FDR's New Deal. This staircase is listed on the U.S. National Registry of Historic Places. Few staircases will give you this payoff. From the top of Moro Rock, you can see Hanging Rock way in the distance. The Parker Group is a cluster of giant sequoias along Crescent Meadow Road. This area was named for the second acting superintendent of the park. Captain James Parker was the acting superintendent here in 1893 and 1894. It's believed that all 8 of these massive trees were born around the same time, and they were named for his family members. And this is the famous tunnel log. This massive tree fell in December 1937, and instead of removing the whole thing, they made a hole for cars to drive through. The Great Depression left millions unemployed, and Congress created the CCC, the Civilian Conservation Corps, to put men back to work, mostly on public land. They skillfully carved out the tunnel that's 8 feet tall and 17 feet wide. Halstead Meadow is a beautiful stop before sunset. I'm taking a stroll through Big Stump Trail here in Kings Canyon National Park. Come join me. This trail passes many fallen trunks, and you'll see a grassy meadow along the way. It's believed the Mark Twain tree was 1,300 years old when it fell after 2 men spent 13 days sawing it. Shattered stump has to be a highlight of this trail. It looks like the tree exploded right where it fell. The trail itself is about a 2-mile loop with less than 200 feet in elevation change. Grant Grove is 154 acres, secluded in Kings Canyon National Park. The fallen monarch is thought to have fallen over 300 years ago after it was hollowed out by fire before it fell. From 1890 until 1914, the tree was used as a stable for the U.S. cavalry horses. It was also used as a hotel and a saloon over a century ago. The age of the Grant tree has been disputed, but it's safe to say it's at least 1,500, if not 2,000 years old and still growing. President Coolidge proclaimed this tree the nation's Christmas tree in 1926. The Gamlin cabin was originally built in 1872 by the Gamlin brothers, who grazed their cattle here. You never know what kind of wildlife you're going to find here in these national parks. You get some beautiful views, and you can enjoy the rock garden here at the Kings Canyon Overlook along Generals Highway. The trail to General Sherman is 1/4 of a mile each way with about a 200-foot elevation change, and the entire path is paved. General Sherman is the world's largest tree measured by volume. It is 52,508 cubic feet. Thanks for joining me in Sequoia and National Park. For more information, see my blog post at flyingdawnmarie.com. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Until next week, I hope you find adventure and encouragement wherever you go. Bye.